Okie dokie, the other video didn't work. It got too wordy. So here's what my wife has sent to me. I have to put away this the chair bent over the chair bent in the right way. You get to see my fat ass. Anyway, I am enjoying one of the last remaining days of the Christmas break before we start to go back to school tomorrow. My head's chopped off. There we go. So this is where the magic happens. The Go-Go-Gin Magic Fun Workshop is kind of a mess right now. I tried to make it more tidier, but it got messy again. So this is where I put all my school notes. This is Wicky Goes to School. I don't have any other places to burn candles, unlike any other student's study video that you have seen. Okay, so this is a funny video. This is a dual video of Wicky Goes to School and Wicky opens up a fun bag. The fun bag is down here that contained all these goodies in it, but inside the goodies contained a bunch of plastic wrap, and inside the plastic wrap was a bunch of shirts. So my wife is asking me to see if the shirts fit. So I will do that in a second as soon as I get the shirts in the other room. Here is an assortment of shirts. Here's an assortment of shirts that my wife has given me. These will be now designated as new pajama shirts whenever it's not winter time. I cannot wear these long sleeve, otherwise it gets too hot in Calgary. Yeah, I can only imagine in Vietnam and other hot places. It'll get much more hotter, like California. And in California, that heater will not be giving out heat. It'll be AC. And the same rules apply though. You can't really hold the door open too much because all the cold air will go out, or all the warm air will go out if you live up here up north. So she's giving me this really cool Buddha shirt. This really cool shirt. It doesn't have any buttons, so you're just supposed to wear this like that, like a cheongsam, except that the cheongsams don't have a. Chinese cheongsams have little kind of little strings that you can fit in. You can fit in these little string loops and put a little button that way. But check out the pattern. The pattern is a cat, and my wife knows that I love cats. So this cat's eating a fish of some sort. This cat's also eating a fish of some sort. Japanese Oriental design there, and the cat is eating fish again and doing some fishing in the sea or some stars, or maybe the cat's in Australia and the sky is down there and the land is up there. I haven't been to Australia yet. I have yet to go. Unfortunately, there's a fire right now, so as with the global warming, hence me picking up bottles and stuff, so we can be environmentally user friendly of environmental. The whole point of being user friendly is oh, that's what it is, a cat eating a fish. The whole point of being user friendly is to, or not user friendly, but being consumer friendly is to, or earth friendly, is to try to still enjoy the amenities of modern living, but try to do it in a more ecologically sound way as much as possible. So, in this case, my wife has given me pajamas, so I have 3 pajamas now. I have Shy Cat or Sly Cat, and this is a funny joke because this is like a Cafe Press shirt, where you can put whatever image you want. So I'm assuming this is the image that you can get from those Facebook stickers. It's Facebook stickers and images. So you got a Sly Cat here going, Maybe this cat's being shy, trying to be coy to a girl or a guy or they, or whichever the cat identifies with. This is the democratic society now, and thanks to allies like myself, I have a huge ally thing here. I'll show you. See? That's why I'm going back to school. Hey, cat! I see. I'm an ally of pretty much every crawl, walk, run, every sprint of life. Let's not use a crawl. Let's use the word sprint. Sprint is more every sprint of life. That's my new phrase. Because the whole point of using phrases is to empower. So in this case, we're being ecologically friendly because I have a cat shirt, and I'm going to be wearing this in the summertime for our pajamas. Because I can't wear that long sleeve. So the joke was it was a funny. It's also a reference to a funny joke I can think of. It's a reference to a funny joke where I keep on saying to my e-wife, and I know she's watching right now because I'm taping this for her. My e-wife is in Vietnam. She knows that we're not supposed to have cats on the bed because of toxoplasmosis and other kinds of weird fungi and shit that the cat can bring in. Especially if it's an outdoor cat. We gotta have it as an indoor cat because outdoors. Especially if the cat is a white cat, he or she or it, or not it, but they may be deaf and can't hear oncoming cars, can't hear oncoming animals who want to kick its ass, like coyotes here live in Calgary. Who knows, a bobcat or bob coyote or some weird mountain cougar might decide to wander in from Fish Creek Park into this neighborhood. I've seen a deer here only once. I was glad for that. In this case, the cat doesn't have this magical powers in reality to do the Buddha handprint kung fu move. I'm assuming that's what the cat is trying to do here. There we go. Cat's trying to do here. It's going, yeah. I'm attacking you. So again, this is a cafe press image, and I love the smell. So this is what my wife smells like. It smells like Vietnam. It smells like Asia. Has a made in Vietnam. So why would a Chinese person like me marry a Vietnamese girl? Because she's my wife. Do I need any reason why? Because I love her. And how do I love her? I love her like Kubi. Kubi the dragon loves her. Kubi's an anime dragon, and I didn't know what Kubi was at first. So my wife told me that she's a dragon, that this creature's a dragon, and Kubi or Koobee. So I'm assuming that's another one of those indie anime characters. Could be I also like Bugcat. Bugcat's from Taiwan. This is a blue blobbish gelatin-looking cat who pretty much fucks everything up, eats everything, eats all his friends, and destroys everything. And it's pretty much like pushing cat, except more demented. Well, these are the 3 shirts that she's going to give me. Here's another Kubi. So one thing. Okay, yeah. So about the cat that's looking sly like that, I'll call him Sly Cat. Meow, I'm Sly Cat. So the idea is that when we're not looking, when we grown ups and the kids are not looking, Sly Cat here will come and sneak into the bed, going, "We're sneaking into the bed." He said that he has that sly look. Or it's this look that he wants to destroy. That's the look he's going to give when he decides to FSU. And I don't mean Simon Fraser University, FSU. Fraser Simon University? FSU. I can assume that there's an actual university out there called FSU. Bleep shit, fuck shit up. That's what it basically stands for. That means like FSU. So these are going to be turning these white t-shirts into sleepers, and I guess the evening blue shirt will be an evening shirt. So my wife also gave this is also a message for my wife. That's all. Also, I need instructions. She's given me earlier, like around maybe last spring or last year. She gave me a bag of scarves and a bag of coffee and another bag. She usually brings in coffee and stuff, such as this guy here. I don't require that much coffee, so I'm going to take a few bags of it for myself. I give some of my bags to my friend Alex, and I give another bag to my RCIA friend Pat. Unfortunately, I'm not too much of a close friend of his because he's married and he has kids already, so he's at that stage of life where he's in a different culture group, the different communication group, the married group. Eventually, when me and my wife will eventually join the married group too. This is the phase where you start leaving all your college chums or your high school chums behind, and And if they're still single, still in the exploratory phase, 30 to 40, then they don't experience it yet. That's my phase too, but that wasn't because of choice. That was because of circumstances. I was out of mine. My wife is very patient with me. My wife is my wife. I'm a veteran. I think I don't know. Maybe it's a schizophrenic experience. And maybe I've watched way too much war movies. I don't know. My brain is cuckoo. Basically, I think circle. So sometimes whenever I see anything out of color, off color, it's because I'm not totally there. So if I say anything in the future, if I say anything in the future, I didn't really mean it, unless I'm really adamantly angry and frustrated, and I keep on repeating over and over again. Then I'm a pie eating jerk off. Then I deserve every viral thing that I just viral bullshit, or not viral bullshit, but very viral punishment I get because that's the real me. But this is the real me, one who's caring. And so my wife, she wants like roughly around 4 kids or so, or 3 kids, well, most likely 4, and additional kids as an adoption. So I don't know how I'm gonna pull that one off. At my age too. So, anyways, she knows I live in Canada, and that's a very cold place. She knows that she's given me another scarf, this reddish scarf, but that's falling apart now. Um, the chemicals and harshness of Alberta, it's just too harsh. My own sweat and whatever elemental stuff is in the air is on it, kind of makes it ruin its stuff. That's what my wife smells like. So yeah, I could see it now. Me and my wife are going up to our teenage kids and just smelling the hell out of them, going, "Oh, we're gonna miss that smell. Oh, we're gonna miss that smell." Before you turn into a grown up, oh, I'm gonna miss that smell. It's like a scene on Santa Clarita Diet where Sheila, the realtor mom, wants to smell her daughter. Monica says, "I'm gonna miss that smell." Oh, and yeah, so that's what my wife smells like. It's starting to smell like me now. It's starting to smell like the food particles too. Food chemicals are starting to globulate on it. And when it's brand new, you can still see a lot of gloss and silver on it, like a lot of gloss and shiny stuff on it. The camera doesn't do it justice, but you see a lot of shiny stuff there and stuff. And once this thing gets washed and sweated up by me, then so here's another one. I'm not sure if this is so, hon. I'm not sure if this is the one for me or this is the one for me. One of this you said is mine, so and the rest was going to mom because it's very. So maybe my mom will wear that inside the house when it's really cold, or maybe Yuki could do Yuki. So this is definitely for mom, I think, right, hon? This silky. This is supposed to be for mom. For mom. This silky one here. That's wonderful. It's beautiful. I gotta get your mom something too. I found some. I found a specialized herbal. I'm gonna read up on it more. Herbal. It's called Extendovite, and it's a medication that. It's one of those herbal medications. And I'd like to send some indigenous medication to you. This is all topical ones. This is when you ingest through your mouth or tea it. We can tea it too. One will help extend your mother's. Because I want your mother to grow up and see. I didn't graduate fast enough for my grandparents to die, or for my grandparents to see before they died. I graduated perhaps 2 years from now. My grandparents died many years in the past, 5 years ago. So I feel very, very bad about that. They didn't even live to see the marriage of cousins, their grandkids. So this one here is I'm not sure if this is for me or for mom, or if it's supposed to be a burqa shawl, like one of those Arabian ones that are really classy, like a princess has, or like a shawl, like a baba shawl. So this is also from Mom. I don't know, hon. So, and I'm gonna start calling you Jerry. I'm gonna start calling you Mousy now. Mousy, Mouse Mom, Mouse Mom, Mousy. That's a reference to Jerry. So why do you call me Jerry, and why do you call her Tom? Well, this is because I told her that my baby sister likes to step on some of my feet as a kid. When she was a kid, used to stomp on my feet to make me scream, "Ow!" like Jerry, like Tom does. And she's always encouraging, saying, "Ow, ow, say ow!" I'm going, "No, it hurts." This is a demented little sister. Comics and video games and cartoons and video games do cause violence. Um, okay, so here's what else came in the fun box, or the fun bag that's down here. Fun. She calls it the funny bag. I call it the fun bag, so I call it funny bag too. I call her funny bag. that's not good. Fun bag is also a double entente, sexist double entente for boobs. By the way, that's what somehow I learned. That's what Vince Mazzucca on Dexter calls them. Dexter was a very good show, by the way. Makes me want to actually go and read the Dexter books. We got a project in 2020. Read the Dexter books. Okay, so what else came in with two missiles, two readers from for 2002 for the young beginner Catholic. A primer is a primary text. It's like an introduction text. Introduction to psychology, for example, or introduction to interpersonal communications, or introduction to finance management. Speaking of finance management, I think my mousy wife is getting sick and tired of working corporate. She seems to have more vocation and love for working as a nonprofit. But Calgary is such a small city, though. We don't have, say, for example, a large scale organization here. I think we do have a couple of Catholic orders, a couple of Christian orders as well. I have to do some background research on that. I know that there is also. I know that there's the Society of St. Vincent, like one of the traditional ones, versus the more of the traditional ones. However, she has a very fondness for working with Caritas, and I'm assuming Caritas doesn't exist here in Calgary. I'm not sure what that song said. Ow! 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 So Caritas. I'm just looking up Caritas Calgary now. They have one in Canada, but not one in. They're an organization that works towards peace and. They're an organization that works on peace and from what I read on the website just there, peace and human development in regards to alleviating living conditions, like sucking living conditions for the poor. So they don't have a chapter here in Calgary, but that doesn't mean that we can't start one. Make that a project of the parish, make that a personal project, just start up a Caritas organization here, and there's lots of Catholics immigrating to Canada, to Calgary, who seem to be from Latino countries, third world countries. They're not third world countries, but developing countries, African, beautiful countries like that, developing countries like countries that are just restoring peace and stuff, and slowly getting their feet back up, getting back on their feet. Vietnam especially, and perhaps Caritas would like to start up in Calgary. Who knows? Basically, when a city is blessed with development, it's because of the individual happened to live there. It might have a particular algorithm. Algorithm is a plan. This algorithm is basically code, writing the plan you take when you're writing this code. The thing that the logic you're typing in when you're typing in your CC basics or whatever. That is C++. I don't speak computer. I wish I did speak computer. Maybe I'll study math again when they go back to university and increase my ability to keep the ship's computer afloat. Keep the ship afloat while it's being shut up by alien droids from Cthulhu-stan. Had a dream that I was a Cthulhu. That's in my diary somewhere. Earlier, like way earlier. This is like before China, but after Mormonism. That weird period. After City Links, and this is like my second attempt at Mount Royal College. That weird stage, the Generation X of my life, I guess. And yeah, I dreamt that I was some kind of a Cthulhu soldier. I had a human hand, but I put my hand on this touch plate, that seemed to register my DNA, or accepted me. It admitted me anyways. And it was like this, like those vault doors that are like these kind of steel doors that close in and out, and the main facade of facade. Yeah. The surface, the visible surface of a building, or in this case a mountain cliff, was this huge metal door and some rocks, the cliff face or whatever. But it was right behind this old spooky cemetery, which had like rusted gates. It's like someplace in the Newfie-stan, someplace in Nova Scotia-stan or Maritimes. And apparently, according to the Lovecraftian literature, that's where like the Michigan areas, that the East Coast, especially the maritime provinces of the marine provinces, states of America. That's where all these Cthulhu novels are set and stuff. Although this is strange because the Pacific Ocean, where Relay City is, where Cthulhu is from, is in the Pacific somewhere. Maybe the author didn't understand basic geography that way. But anyways, I placed my hand onto this touch plate, and then the doors, like Star Trek doors, go open. Maybe rumbling or something, I don't know. But I entered it, and inside was a big cavern, like a tourist cavern. You go in, you don't really need spelunking helmets on or whatever. Not many stalagmites. It was just basically one big giant bat cave. And there were these cryo chambers, full of Cthulhu-like soldiers, like the squid creatures and whatnot. And apparently, I'm a hybrid. I was one of them, but I'd be a good guy, squid soldier. Just don't eat me at Red Lobster, and that'll be good, because I am a good guy. And besides, I've been giving blood so many times. You'd be getting bluish fish blood, cold blood. So yeah, that's the beginnings of this video. Beginnings of this new semester. What we're going to try and do. So this video has a dual purpose: to introduce the new semester. We got a whole shitload of projects coming up. Me and some other classmates are going to be working on Map the System 2020. It's an organization run by the Said Business School of Oxford, where you're supposed to talk about some awesome, life-changing, planetary-changing, ecological or economical or societal change. Just basically make the world a better place for our kids before we start asking us some silly questions like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, grandkids, made these videos and made my crazy journal entries, and I made all my study notes, and I made all my calendars that are full to the brim of activities that I'm doing, including helping this person out to establish some organization, giving them some logistical support called Stefan Mangina. I'm going to die of a heart attack very soon, aren't I? No, I'm not. Okay, if stress is bad, and you perceive it to be bad, then it gets scary. Then all the cortisols and all the scary hormones fry your brain. But if you enjoy the stress, if you enjoy the challenge, and if it makes you feel macho and tough and very, very competent, then the opposite of that happens. This is called positive psychology. you start getting the cuddle hormones. Of course, you're supposed to take good care of yourself, like get some good rest, get some good sleep, exercise, and stop being such a fat pig, as you can see in my case, and start transferring this bad cholesterol into good cholesterol. Good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, good cholesterol, like that. And I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at you guys. I should be looking at you guys. Good cholesterol. Home Alone. So basically, we're going to be planning to work on that project. I'm supposed to get blot out tonight and write some other introduction letter that my boss, not my boss, but the official leader of our group now, of our little group, Mimi, the wonderful, magnificent. She's the captain of the ship. I'm just the engineer. I'm just the boxman. So bossman. So we're gonna turn off this major light here, and because I'm sure the neighborhood wants to go to bed. So okay, back to work. So we have two missiles. One of them has a message to my friend Pat. I get lifts from him to the RCIA on Sundays, and if my mom had a car, she'll be giving me lifts to the church. So he's been giving me a lift to the church for now until my mom gets a new car. So my wife wrote down a lovely letter saying, that is very nice handwriting, by the way. Very nice handwriting. My handwriting is all crazy. English is not her second language. English is her second language too. It's a foreign language. Very nice handwriting. No, I'm going to keep. No, actually, I can't keep this message. It's a message for him, but I have a message for myself in this one. This is my copy of the missile. And once again, this is the primer. It's written in. Where is this written in? Seems to be written in Vietnam. Okay, it's a special Spanish mission that was to service the Vietnamese people. As you can tell, the Vietnamese people don't necessarily have a script of their own. They're borrowing Romaji. Romaji, as the Japanese call it, Roman Latin characters, Romaji, or Yingwenji, but it's Vietnamese. There's lots of accent gurus, and they learned that from the French too. They are working, however, trying to create their own unique writing. They also use the Chinese, classical Chinese Chunam system. So we have simplified Chinese in China, which don't even look the same as the original. And so I guess the Vietnamese are the ones, the lore keeper of ancient Chinese writing through Chunam, the Chunam script. And I think the Vietnamese are their own people. They have nothing to do. They want nothing to do with the Khmer, or the Siamese. Khmers are from Cambodia. Siamese are from Thailand. So, and the Hmongs are from Laos, mostly from Hmong, that when they were displaced by Chinese. And this is like when before all the different nations were formed, and there's like the Vietnamese enjoyed a small period of autonomy of about 1,000 years, if you add them all after about a millennium of independence. However, China bullies them and continues to bully them. So, I'm Chinese, by the way. Well, I consider myself more Mongolian, more Albertan. That's a whole different anthropological story altogether. We don't have time for that. Well, I guess I could take this, Okay, so if you look at the map, there's Alaska, there's Russia, right? And there's all those different little islands in between Japan and Russia, and the North Japanese Sea Islands, and a bit of Korea too, and Manchuria. That used to be ground zero for a whole not homogeneous, but one big cosmopolitan community of many different ethnicities. They occasionally come to power and rule for a while, form their own homeland, and then somehow it collapses or gets invaded by Mongols or Manchus or internal fighting or nature or unicorns. If you believe in North Korea, North Korea has always been North Korea. It's always been a kingdom called Krogoyo, and it's always been North Korea. And it's heavily influenced by Manchurians, Jurchen. I consider myself a Manchurian. Now, throughout time, because there was no borders, they kind of just somehow crossed the bridge from Siberia into Alaska. It was all frozen and whatnot, and then trickled down into Alberta and BC, especially BC, the wonderful abundance of BC fish, clean water from the rivers and mountains, beautiful land, just gorgeous. The island especially. We'll call it pot land because you get a smoke pot. People go to retire and smoke pot and just basically die off peacefully. They say that BC is the land for the newlyweds and mostly dead. Newlyweds and mostly dead. Because they're retired. They sell everything they have in suburbia and just. So, anyways, the natives kind of trickled down this way, brought a lot of horses too. According to the Book of Mormon, they say that there was no horses. There were horses, but they're all wild horses, some kind of weird hybrid of horses, and also a lot of cowboy horses throughout the time just wandered off the fields and just settled all over North America, or Alberta and the Rockies. About 10,000, a herd of 10,000, just individual suburbs, and so a lot of indigenous people came from there. So I consider myself real Albertan, real Manitobian, Western Canadian, anyways. Genetically, as I consider indigenous people not our cousins but our genetic equals. Well, they got the more ecologically friendly neighborhoods community, and which was actually working, whereas China became an empire of bullying the Vietnamese people. As you can see, they don't even have they had their own writing. Dong Song drums used to have the Dong Song drums used to contain bits of writing, but I believe they're from the Hmong people. But my wife has a beautiful handwriting, so her English skills are very, very advanced, so she can make it in here. And I'm going to be teaching myself Vietnamese as well, and teaching myself harmonica. And perhaps influencing the as part of the Western culture, Western musical culture, harmonica. Bring a harmonica competition to the. We should make the Calgary Stampede more based on cowboy, all these cowboy traditions, all these cowboy cultural arts and crafts and stuff, especially. Before should try to keep the culture going for another 100 years or so. Anyways, so she wrote down a message to my friend Pat. Hi, I just want to say thanks for helping my honey. God bless you. We wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So I'm going to give this to him and some of this coffee in this bag to him as well, to thank him for, just to say this appreciation for my wife. Because without this service, I would not be able to get to church. It's too far to walk, and it's too wintry. And if it gets really cold, it gets really sucky. I used to have a car. I didn't go to church when I had a car, so I'm kicking myself in the butt for wasting time. But hey, if God has a different funny kind of way of doing things. If none of this delays have happened in my life, I would never have gone on. I would never had the impetus to the inspiration to go on to CatholicMatch.com one lonely night and sign up for the service. I would never have met this hun, who's a perfect match for me. Now all we need to do is go to the phase of finishing each other's words on the cell phone, on the phone message. But that's the message she's gonna give to him. Now here's my missile. Here's a message that she wrote to me. She wrote down. I'll give you a good 10 seconds or so to read that. It's all backwards, so it'll fix itself up. It says here, I just want to say thanks for helping my hunt. Ooh, that's his. Oopsie. This one's mine. Okay, this one says, Tom, you make my heart smile. Thank you for being my big hero, Jerry 2020. And I'm gonna I'm gonna take that out and I'm gonna put it laminated. Yeah, I'm gonna laminate that. It's a message from my wife. When I'm dead, I'm like dead. It'll be all that's left of my wife in my notes. You know how I want to go out. I want to go out cremated and thrown over the yada yada yada. Throw me over the some Pacific Ridge in Los Angeles, over the Saint Guaguagugu, Long Beach. Throw me over the edge. And actually, don't do that. The wind blows westward, so you're gonna get a full face full of me, kids. So you're gonna get a face full of me, kids, and you're gonna curse me. In fact, I plan to build a ship that I'm gonna use to. One of my life goals in life, like when I'm really old in life, and I have mastered this skill safely, is to become a ferryman for the North Korean Underground Railroad. I'm gonna call the ship Tubman One or USS Tubman or something, after the freedom fighter Harriet Tubman when she rescued her own people, not just her own black people, but she's rescued human beings, females especially. Because females get it worse. I'm Chinese. I come from a patriarchal society. It's a very male-oriented society, and well, let's just say let's just say they gave me, because I'm the eldest son. They gave me this private room, and they gave my bed, my little sister, who's the actual resident of that particular habitat, a bunk bed with the parents in another bed. The parents sleeping in another bed across, And in her case, I will be trying to reconciliate with my dad too. So here's a page where I can write all my biographical information to make sure that I get this resident certificate number. Oh, social residence certificate number. Okay, so I'm assuming this is supposed to be written for immigrants, because you can get all those. Yeah, you got this. Oh, it's a Filipino book. That's why it's written in Spanish. It's a book written in the Philippines. The main mission is in the Philippines, and the main authors are these two heads of two theologians. And about that, when you get these kind of books and you study the hell out of them, and we gotta begin the study of this book, by the way. And this missile, which my wife went through all the trouble to get it to me, because she thinks it'll help me grow spiritually, intellectually, spiritually as a person. And like I said, I myself am agnostic, but I have no problems believing in Catholicism, and I see it as a way to like Buddhism or any other philosophy that you've ever written. If you think about it in the right way, not in the fearful, you're gonna burn in hell kind of way. If you use it as a way to kind of cultivate your own person, cultivate yourself, then you can. It's also good. Read Plato's Republic. Read all these ancient wisdoms from any elder. I plan to go into I plan to be cracking into the Leroy Little Bear stuff pretty soon. Once I've reached the maturity I needed to understand indigenous ways of knowing. When I get back to university, I'm definitely going from a BA after working, because I want to own a piece of this world, and I want to cultivate that piece of this world. Ultimately, what we are, all of us, are just groundskeepers. We're guardians of this planet. We're cultivators of this planet. So we go in and we make it better, a better place to live, a less smellier place to live, more cleaner place to live. My room's very messy right now because of all these boxes and stuff. But okay, so that's my the cat's looking at me going, I'm upside down. Okay, so yes, my wife loves to give me great coffee. I don't really drink too much coffee at home, but I appreciate her gifts anyways. I do drink it. So this time, I'm going to give... My friend Alex is an avid coffee drinker and an avid smoker, so he needs coffee to help detox himself. And a bunch of other plant-based teas to detox his insides. We're going to try and keep his dad alive, because his dad is now entering kidney stage. So the idea is to try and... take it easy for his dad, so his body can max out the organic damage to the point that we can start to clone. Dog coffee does that. It's very good for your liver. They say coffee is bad for your liver. It's not. Everything in moderation just flushes out. The chemicals just flushes out everything, including this beer. Alcohol, beer, wine, in moderation, cleans the insides, kills the germs, kills the gingivitis. But alcohol is very acidic. It melts the teeth. It melts the liver. It melts the brain, and it over cleans the body. So, and yeah, if you're elderly and you're homeless, well, your teeth are gonna go. We notice that the teeth goes very quickly if they abuse that. Don't brush your teeth. So we try to give them toiletries as much as possible, and I'm hoping that sometimes they have no dignified place to go except a public bath. They are services, however. A specialized truck, for example, gives them. I think the truck is run by the Alex Center. I didn't give the last bottles to the Alex Center. I gave the last bottles to Kids Care Cancer or something like that. Kids Cancer Care. Yeah. I told the lady I couldn't. Last year, I was summoned to donate money, through a regular donation form. I was summoned to donate money to Kids Care Cancer. I didn't have anything at the time, and but now I have bottles. I covered last year's donation. What about this year's donation? Who knows? Once I make it big with my writings and whatnot, and me and my friend Alex, who I'm going to be seeing tomorrow, we tend to have grandiose ideas that we are artists and writers and photographers, and I like to become a lomographic camera. My brother has got me. My brother says, "Okay, what is lomography?" Lomography are these really crappy cameras that you buy in Russia that came out they produced a lot of funny, very distorted images. The rule is that you're not supposed to think when you take a picture. You're supposed to take a weird picture, because the more you shake your hand, the more out of focus it is, the more weirder it gets, and then it comes out in this weird form, and it's become an actual art form, lomography. So I wanted to become like that, a lomographer. My brother bought a bunch of lomography cameras, and we don't know what happened to them. He used to in fact, right where those tables were, was this huge wooden chest of a delivery from Russia. And also all these cameras and stuff, so a crate from camera. So what am I picking out right now? Well, I opened this, I filmed this, and I flipped the recording. So what I found here was a little tiny box in the fun bag as well. And inside is found little figurines, porcelain figurines, and this is very careful. You gotta be very careful. But look, you can actually. Should we? No, that's sacrilegious. But apparently, if you take a coffee cup and you find a porcelain product, nowadays they're very they're glassed at the bottom. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you get one that's really rough edged, like this one here, like this baby in the manger. It's very rough edge. It's perfect for sharpening your electric razor blades, or any kind of razor blades, or usually electric razor blades. But that's the baby Jesus, so that's kind of sacrilegious if we do it like that. So here's the version. Here's the Mother Mary. And sometimes in my videos I say Mother Mary, Mother Mary. I'm not supposed to, but like I said, I'm a convert. I'm trying to get that out of my system, and like I said, I am. See, it's another rough edge right there. It could be perfect, but don't use these. These are nativity pieces. So my wife is trying to say she wants to become more domesticated. This is getting serious. It's getting serious. This is the official family. So this is a video for the official family. So here's Virgin Mary taking care of little Savannah.
Savannah was a dude, but Savannah's not a dude. Savannah's our daughter, and Savannah's not the Messiah. No, you're not Savannah. I know how egotistical teenagers get, but you're not. I'm sorry. You are a special daughter, a gift from heaven. See, this is mom and dad and this baby and a bunch of mangers. The story goes again, and you can find this. You can find little sites of this in pilgrimages throughout the Holy Land, especially Galilee and Bethlehem. That the Roman Empire wanted to do a census, although oddly enough, the tax forms we are the guardians of the Holy Creator. Little baby sheeps and little cows and so silent night, holy night. Shh, shut up, Casey. That's a reference to Mr. Bean video, where Mr. Bean was visiting a department store, and he happened to go across a little figurine of nativity. So what happens is he started to play with the little. He used to bring these dialects, these tanks, and these German, the British marching band playing fife and drums, going da 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 da. And Joseph or Mary or the three wise men said, "Shh, hey, we're missing some people. We're missing some plate. We're missing some chess pieces. We're missing Jasper, Casper, and Malcor." Jasper, Melkor, and question mark dude. The three magi. Now, what is a magi? Well, back in the day, there not only was there the Persian Empire, the Roman Empire, or Jerusalem under the occupation of Rome by Rome, led by the occupied Jewish government, led by King Harold. Babylon's probably nuked by the Persians by then. I think Babylon is a place in Iraq. It's now a U.S. Army. Well, it was a U.S. Air Force base, but Saddam was actually trying to rebuild it, and it was an ancient city in between the Tigris and Euphrates River, which are two rivers that run into Iraq. And prehistoric Iraq, we believe that prehistoric Iraq was the Garden of Eden. Okay, everyone thinks of Iraq as being a desert, a big giant desert. Yes and no, it is a desert, but it's also lots of green spaces too, lots of farm places, and lots of very toxicated waterways. That were once holy waterways that consumed that these Mary and whatnot, Mary and other followers, pilgrims, drank from those waters. There was a legend that when the Khans invaded, they were so frustrated by the resistance of the Baghdaders that they salted the land with so much salt that the once fertile land turned into a big giant desert, and of course caused ecological problems that associate when such a huge carbon sink, such a huge wetland. Joseph's head might get smashed. Wetlands is disrupted. Yes and no. Also because Egypt also faced this. Egypt also had very lots of water sources. We have presumed that the causeways from the pyramids actually went up to the Nile, which was more abundant with water, maybe during flooding periods especially. Wrap the baby Jesus very carefully in the bubble wrap. So I wrote on the cover of this nativity figurines, official Luke Christmas ornaments. So these are Christmas ornaments for when we get married, honey. So I'm saying that Iraq used to be like a very, that's where all the petroleum comes from too. Huge forests. When they get buried, they start to chemically decompose into, not decompose, they chemically change into more carbonated based products such as oils and gasolines and hydrocarbons. Everything is made from the gas carbon, by the way. But too much carbon would, of course, create forest fires and strange floods. And even Alberta started to change ecologically. But not all is lost. The bisons are recovering. The buffaloes that God created just for this particular biome of the savannas. Savanna means grassland, by the way, hon. And if you're watching this daughter, that's the etymology of your name. Etymology of your name is don't break it. These are family heirlooms. And then when you kids inherit this, when you turn old and you have kids of your own, you too will inherit it. And then you also inherit all the other artifacts from okay, so we'll just wrap the little baby sheeps in their own wrapping here. I gotta find some more careful ornamental stuff for here. And I'm assuming Laffy Cat here is looking right at it, see? He's going, just you wait, I'm gonna turn him up, I'm gonna knock him, I'm gonna knock it down. And last but not least, my wife sent me some healthy stuff. She has seen what kind of stuff I've been eating, and she's quite concerned about my girth. Like any good family member, she is careful. She wants me to live a longer life. So, we will live a longer life. Why? We'll live a longer life by taking care of ourselves, taking good care of our minds, putting some healthy data into it, putting some healthy food into it. Okay, so what are these? These look like banana mango. Are these mango? These look like, the mango. These look like dried mango slivers. And I love mango juice, by the way. So, that's the thing. We live in a wintry country now, hon. You're going to move to Calgary, and Calgary is a mountain city, so we have forests and stuff. We have cropland, but it's very dry here, so we don't have abundant water for harvesting, or the climate will harvest delicacies like orange or mango, or what are these things? These are plums, right? These are plums. This I think are chrysanthemum tea. And kids, if me and your mother are long dead and you want to know what the hell these things are for your kids and your grandkids when you're turning 80 and stuff, and we're like, this is chrysanthemum tea, or fata, or fa-fata. If you want to call it Chinese fa-fata, that's the childish way of saying it. The cutesy family way of saying it is fa-fata. You use a lot of double words like a yum ta or Mao Mao Pei, or that means blanket, cat blanket. You use double sound. You see, you use a duplicate sound. Like for example, the old Chinese imperial anthem used to say something bao bao tao tao, which means tao tao means calm or something like tao tao, and you see that a lot in Chinese putonghua. And if you want to learn the Chinese language, or Vietnamese language, go for it. I felt like whenever I tried to learn my Chinese language, I felt like I didn't understand what they're saying. So you have to listen to it very carefully multiple times before you logicize it and you say, "Oh, that's what they're saying." One thing that really helps is watching Chinese media, like news media, and I got up at 10 this morning, so I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to get myself earlier, sleeping much more earlier to get me accustomed, acclimated, acclimated to the new schedule, which is going to be one class is going to be at 8 o'clock, so I have to get super early. One class will be at 5 o'clock, so I got another 2 o'clock class. So my brain will be like, bleh. And now, of course, it's Martin. He's going to need my help a lot, too. I don't mind helping him, but sometimes when I do want to help him, I feel like I'm having a stroke. I feel like I'm having a, oh, and I didn't get to getting a back massage this year. Next year, next summer, I'm definitely getting some body work done. I deserve it. All the stuff I went through in the winter semester, all the stuff I went through for the secondary semesters, and I still have to go through the mental health first aid and do that one more time before I am uneligible for to do it next semester. Because next semester I gotta be available for practicum, and so this is called chrysanthemum tea. What it does is help detox everything and helps you pee. PPT. No, it helps. I don't know. Chinese for some reason, the Chinese people have a weird description of something with their physiology. I'm sure there's going to be a Western term for it. It's called Hey. It means hot gases. So I'm assuming it has something to do with antacid or acid reflux, or your mother last year had some really bad acid reflux, and so we're telling her to do Pepto-Bismol, telling her to take it easy. We heavily suspect it was because of her work. They're making her work extra hours, not paying, which is quite illegal, by the way. Not paying full time, not paying full price, not paying overtime. Your mother has to also drive through at night whenever she works and she's blurry, very tired. She rides a scooter bicycle, and she does it quite fast. So at nighttime, she runs the risk of getting smoked by another car. This is Asia, after all. It's China, after all. There's just so many people that there are no traffic rules. The traffic rules is keep your eyes on the road. Keep your eyes on the road and don't drive drunk and whatnot. But yeah, she might be stopping out of the red light, and some punks might want to speed her up, take her car, or take her bike. So it's not safe for her to work at this FPT anymore. FPT also doesn't treat her right. They're nice to her, but they overwork her. They don't want to pay her, and many companies in Asia do that because it's hyper competitive. Asia is very hyper competitive. You get lots of money there too, but it's very hyper competitive. I've seen Chinese workers who are younger than I am, in their 20s and like early 20s, when I was in my 30s, living in China, and they're standing behind me in the elevator, and they had like white hair already. They had a full set of hair, but they had white hairs already. I have a little bit of white hair because I'm older, right? And because I served. I'm serving us also. Your mother knows. If you want, you can ask your mother. Don't ask me though, because I really don't want to relive those memories. And I served in my mind. I served in my body. I served everywhere. I was a missionary, and I was a Mormon missionary in Hong Kong of all places, and that was very stressful because oddly enough, the Chinese Asian people tend to put more emphasis on financial success, very Ferengi-like financial success, which is good. There's nothing wrong with working hard and earning what you have in life, and working the best as you can, and always improving yourself, even if you're handicapped and stuff. I'm handicapped. I see lots of my classmates who are in more dire straits than I am. Really have the heart to. They do have the heart to survive, and I'm helping them survive in school, and helping them exit the school eventually and get out into the workforce where they truly want to be, where they truly deserve to be. Especially indigenous, these two indigenous students I'm helping. I can't say who they are because I'm sworn by the laws of Omerta aka FOIP here in Alberta, Freedom of Information and Protection Act, where I can't really explain who it is that I'm helping, but I'm helping some classmates out, and then one eventually graduated and then moved back as a great dad now, moved back and is earning lots of money and helping to be a pillar staple of life in his homeland, or in his homeland. And I hope that helps to enact some very positive changes. It's very humbling. I mean, it's very wow, man. If I saw myself, a 21-year-old, no. If I saw myself as a high school student, confused, gender logically confused, abused by just everybody, physically, mentally, not sexually, thank God, but because that would really, really make me into a suicidal person. I am suicidal now, but I am not anymore. But I was when I was younger. I didn't realize that through hard work and pushing myself through all the bullshits of life, I would actually emerge to being this creature, this strange being. And wow, they say that God works in mysterious ways, and this is one of them. To think that I would never have met Alex, would never have met any of these friends at Bow Valley College. If I graduated just a bit earlier, maybe I got married a bit earlier, maybe you don't exist, kid. That's quite sobering. So I get philosophical like this whenever I'm in muse format. That's one of the traits of my condition. This is how scientists blabber on and blabber on. They posit all sorts of theorems, and then they go and test it. And if it doesn't show up, then it doesn't show up. And they test a new idea out. Or something totally different happens that makes them go, wow, why is it that? And then they go deeper. Well, they get more funding, then they go deeper. Then they go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think that we gotta go even more deeper of stuff too. So, anyways, as I was saying, I get erudite like this. Whenever school starts, I get into this kind of pensive mode, and maybe have a few beers to loosen up my thoughts. That's not a good way of doing it, by the way. The wizard way, or the proletariat way. But I am just enjoying the last 2 days of freedom before studies started up again. I've made some basic savings to our home, hun. It will be a small home for now, or maybe just for me, you, and Savannah. But as I increase my powers and get a raise, and as you start working, you want to get a social work. You wanted to be a social worker. Well, it's going to be a long. It's a good goal. It's a good goal, and I'll be there for your goal, especially if you work within the Vietnamese community and the Chinese community and any other community here in Calgary. If you want to if you want to help solidify our parish, our diocese of our diocese of Calgary, which is the archdiocese of the ecclesiastical province of Alberta, is in Edmonton. The archdiocese of Edmonton, which also contains a lot of Ukrainian churches too, which are communicado with the Holy See. Some of the Catholic churches are Catholic, but they also form their own church, which they believe under the patriarch. So they are in good relationships under the Christendom, as fellow Christians. But in Edmonton, but they also have their own system too. The Ukrainian Orthodox Church, but basically, if it's a good place to help you, if it cultivates you, whatever belief system you believe in, would it be indigenous traditional spiritualism of beliefs in the Creator, then go for it. I heavily borrow from the medicine wheel now. And of course, this is not a good way of this is being bad to the body. So don't this is not medicine real. But I go clean during the semester. I'm 100% clean with the occasional drinks or whatever. But that's very rare. I'm more of a food binger during the semester. I stress eat. But during the Christmas break, I kind of want to experiment to see just how far I could take it. So I'm taking it a little bit farther, but I think this is good. I mean, when I was younger, when I was 21, I was totally out of control. And that's the thing about drinking and doing habits. Eventually, you find the right medium that makes you happy, makes everyone happy. It is quite costly. Yes, this whole collection cost me $60, but it's worth it though. I mean, this is to celebrate my friend Alex's second year renewal to the second year, and he's gonna really push it. He's doing 3 courses now, so he's gonna really push it this year and to upgrade his marks and upgrade his thoughts. And I know he's an artist, so a political artist. So I'm part of this political world. I'm still trying to see how he can get himself noticed. Though I mean, my brother is in the urban arts field because he's involved in the kinesthetic arts of breakdancing. He's got his own. He's with a crew. His wife is a director of a dance studio and musical studio too. And hmm, and That's also me. I am more of a most of my artistic stuff comes in the form of just writing down notes and writing down ideas, journal entries, and posts, political posts. I should get more active about it, and doing a lot of DIY projects, as you can see, and opening up this, just opening up this, and just blabbering on about my thoughts and stuff. And like I said, this is gonna be this is more of a thing for me to think of. This is more of a way for me to think of my plans. I'm not more of a dreamer. I like to be an artistical dreamer, but I'm more of a doer. Uh, that's why I don't really subscribe too much into faith and prayer. It's because I'm more of a okay. It's like this. You know how you have a king and he has different ministers. One is called the king's hand or the king's voice or one's the king's money management kind of thing. Sort of like how the emperor is on Star Wars or how the king is on Game of Thrones and how it is on Game of Thrones. So is the king's hand or the king's voice. You know, one's the minister was a fighter is the minister of providing the day-to-day vocalization of the spokesperson. Say, for example, Moses was a stutterer like me. Moses had my vocabulary, basically. He had my vernacular skills, and his brother Aaron was the speaker. So in my case, my artistic is just whatever makes people feel happy or feel. I'm the jester. I make people feel happy and feel good because that way I feel good and happy as well. And one final bag before we go is I don't know what this is. It's in Vietnamese as well. Oh, it's orange. So orange. Chrysanthemum tea. I'll give this to Mom because she likes to make tea for both of us because she's recovering from breast cancer. We got our Christmas ornaments here for our family. Got my PJs. Got my summer wear. Okay, so all I got to do now is just relax, rest up before the whole gauntlet of studying happens again. I will be selling my textbooks, and I will be putting that money into my piggy bank again. I'm not sure who gets the piggy bank this time. I got it last time, so Oopsie. I'm thinking of giving it to my sister-in-law. The piggy bank is going to go to my sister-in-law to help her live with living needs. All my bills have been paid off for next month. I don't have to worry about that. And then the studying. Just keep on hitting the books. I have to spend some money on those. So I'm probably going to go for Amazon Prime, see this on Amazon, and then do the whole deliver it to me by night freight. And I quite enjoy selling these textbooks to secondhand to the students. I sell it for super cheap because I know students don't have much money. So $30, $20 is usually enough. Like I said, it gives me money to put towards my piggy bank, which becomes either a money bomb for charity or goes to my savings so I don't turn old and I can actually have money to live when I head out. And I'm going to divide this into half. I'm going to keep one half for myself, one half for the Infukan. I'll keep this for myself, one half for the Infukan. And I think there's three little sacks in here. 3 in 1. So Johann Sebastian Bach. Without my morning coffee, I'm just a dried up piece of roast goat. Bach said that? Johann Sebastian Bach said that? Huh. Like I said, I'm not too much of a coffee drinker because coffee does something strange to my chest. So does alcohol, so does heavy sugar. So I guess I'm getting to an age where I got to take it easy. So all my notes are all in one quiet place. All I have to clean up is just that mess over there, and the whole study. And then this will be tomorrow. This will be tomorrow's funny. Tomorrow's drink at my friend's house. We're gonna go binge watch some Star Trek or maybe something strange that we can watch while we're hammered. Finish that off. I'll make my way home. On Sunday I have to clear off everything, clear off all my head and everything, get ready for school. Also, this alcohol kind of. This is the most piss poorest reason of doing narcotics. Is that it uses it to alleviate some bad memories or trying to block out the bad memories so it makes you functional. It puts all these dirty files into one big archive file called "Do Not Open the Ugly Porn." All your bad memories, all your bullying memories, everything. However, they do slowly come out because they're a virus or something. Maybe I don't know, some kind of computer virus file in your head. So this kind of alcohol kind of blocks it. But that's the thing. That's the very bad way of dealing with trauma, because a lot of people have done it that way. And that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of this industry of addiction studies, is to help people find more coping methods. So I am human. I had a very rough year with my dad, especially. I will be trying to make reconciliation with him in the next few days. I'll just see hi. How's your New Year's going? He's just gonna probably be seen. Another letter I have to write to my inmate friend Douglas Armstrong. I'll write to him. I need to eventually find some pen pals who uses JPay, because I have a lot of loose JPay pages out there that I need to spend credit on. So I will be trying to write to that. And I have accidentally made two generations of JPay accounts. So once one of them is used up, the other one will be my primary account, and I won't bother to top off that one. And once again with JPay, I just figure out to just say hi to them, just treat the inmates like human beings. I have another letter there to I have to type up because he can't read my handwriting. So yeah, that's what a Chinese geeky student does for a semester. Geeky stuff. There's a clan bear patrol coming up, and there's a hockey game I have to go to. I'm going to go to, which is a class which is run by the school. Well, the tickets are offered by the classmates in the school. I haven't found out. I haven't found the password for my receipt to my Eventbrite receipt. I think I bought it on I bought it on Eventbrite, so they should have my receipt somewhere handy. I get that way when I'm also drinking beer and I'm not drinking anything liquidy. I got some tea coming up here, so some Chinese lemon tea, I think. Or it's just a regular lemon tea. Yep. Mom usually makes me some lemon tea. But I've been indulging too much in food lately, so I kind of defeats the purpose of having good health. But like I said, it was a very stressful year. My dad, I got my dad money for Tucuman to flush his system out. My wife was able to give him some black garlic to help again clean the system out. Cholesterol bad, get the bad plaque out of his blood, so at least something flows in there. They'll keep him running for another 10, 15 years or so. That's just being optimistic. Unless he takes good care of himself. In my case, I'm not taking good care of myself. It's definitely gonna be diabetes if I don't start burning stuff, and I plan to do that with my step-up machine. Go at least a half an hour on that step-up machine and get all sweaty before I study. I've noticed that I've been doing so well in school with me on fat mode, so I think that when I go into a study mode or workout mode, I'll be sweaty as fuck, of course, and then I grab a shower and then I study and just keep on going and going and going and going and going until we graduate, I guess. But it's a good fight. I'm glad I was there. I mean, I'm a novelty addict, right? And if this is not novelty, and there's no novelty to it, then it gets kind of dull and sad. That's why I'm in doldrums mode right. That's why I'm downcast mode right now. It's because I'm in post graduation depression. I haven't even graduated yet. I mean, what do you say when you've reached it all? I mean, I've been reaching it all these past 3 years already, and I thought there'd be more glamour. I thought there'd be more. I don't know. It's just I'm not normal, you know. I don't have a. And I guess that's what makes Alex so interested in me, is as we're both interested in each other, is that we both realize that we're both the same. That's why I take good care of him. That's why I try to get him as much Maclar. We call beer Maclar. We have our own language. We call beer Maclar. I got Alex. What did I get, Alex? Well, I want to go. What today's mission was to get a new calendar. I'll show the new calendar in another episode. I got Alex the Fin de Monde one. It's a really strong alcohol by weight, 9%. So I have another one here, the Fin de Monde 2. Got one tall can of kokanee, because ice is ghetto. Another tall can of kokanee. Oh, this is Stiegler. They have 2 Stieglers left. He really loves these ones. So I'm going to go there by 4. We plan to get blottoed before school starts, and we have to go into serious mode again. Here's how you open this up. At first, I didn't know what the hell to do with this, but you just pull these little things down, and you pop the cork off.
You can't. This is really hard to find. Actually, in most liquor stores you don't have this unless it's a really big one, like really big professional one, like say Safeways. I got myself some good Safeway points too. So that closes off the year for Safeway points. What I plan to do with my points? Well, son, daughter, I'll use the points for myself a little bit, but I'll use the major points for yourselves. That when you come of age, when you enter the great adventurous stage of going on your worldly trips, that's what it's there for. It's because I want you kids to be happy and I want you to see something nice before environmentalism destroyed all. The world was a beautiful place. It can be still. I don't know what else to say about the semester. I was going to light some candles like other students I see on YouTube do, but I don't. There's paper everywhere. Sadly, there's this one big giant archive of paper. I need a file. My mom has a filing cabinet downstairs, and even that filing cabinet is full to the brim. And I have a little filing cabinet fully out there. Even that is full to the brim as well. Speaking of full to the brim, I need to start getting a new hard drive. So I can start saving these videos and start taping them, and instead of having to worry about preserving which ones anymore. This is 5 years of hard work, and 5 years of hard work comes to fruition. Also, what we plan to do this semester is also on the 10th. Is also head over to. I also want to go to just on the 10th of next week, next Friday, at 5:40 or whatever. I plan to go to the First Alliance Church and give blood there, mobile blood clinic there. I plan to do. I plan to give blood at the mobile blood clinic, so I can reinstate my blood donations. I am at roughly 73, or no, 67 or something. I need 3 more to get to 70. I need to get to 100 though, so I want to get to 100. I had to stop these past 2 years because I was taking some really crazy medication, and that would have been very devastating to me if I didn't complete it. And I guess that's why I'm so wanting to help my classmates out, is because I want to. I really want to help my classmates out because they came so far. They came so far in their circumstances. I can't tell you what those circumstances are, but they were very, very Herculean, trying, epic. They were like it's a Homer Odyssey, and they've survived so much odds just to become a student. And I'm basically gonna be thinking of using that kind of a theme to write my stories, to write my fiction stories, or basically Saru's character on Discovery, on Discovery. He was somehow found by some Federation's scientists. He applied for refugee status. He joined Starfleet to expand his mind, become the first. Become the first of his kind to just make it to the stars, go as far. So I mean, like I said, this is the last semester of that particular student. So yeah, he survived great odds. Wow. He was also used as a living library, and I'm saying that he should bring home the podium, the little sign, bring it home with him as a souvenir of these adventures. He plans to leave Calgary when he graduates and move back to Ontario with his daughters, which is good because he's bonding with his daughters in a wonderful way. It's eustress. Remember, I was talking to you about eustress. When you're in love, when you're loving someone, your kids, yourself, or your soulmate, and you feel all that gooey
You feel like you're all doped up. That's your cannabinoids. That's your endomorphins. These are eustratic hormones or neurotransmitters. These are good transmitters. These are natural dope, natural marijuana, natural heroin, or morphine, anyways. Heroin light, but it's still very addictive. Civil War era, uh, heroin, basically. Your brain produces all that stuff. You don't need alcohol. It's fun though. It's really fun to drink this stuff, but you don't really need them. Your brain does this automatically. Just crank up the shower before you go to class or go to work, and you really feel it. And you know, you come home dead tired from work. You hit the shower again, and boom, you feel good. And you get some food into your stomach, and you feel good for another day of building society. So that's just your stress, and his kids are gonna feel your stress. His family, when he goes back, is going to be a very strong supportive pillar. And I suggest that he goes back. I hope he goes back to occasionally helps out restore his family name. From what I heard from him, what he told me, he's from a long line of leaders in his community, but somehow they fell out of power. But what if he was the one who restores the power? What if he's the one who helps to restore the fortunes of that particular nation in blah, 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 blah. It's a Cree nation. It's a swampy Cree nation. So that's the only hints I'm going to give you. It's a lake. It's a marshy lake. It's a Lake Cree nations, which pretty much encompasses three provinces of this country. Which province? That's for you to find out. But yeah, he came from a very noble lineage, and who would have thought a little old descendant of a farming family in China? Me. I went back to China to see our village. It's okay. It runs. I cannot own the land because I don't belong. I'm not Chinese. I'm Albertan. I'm the other Chinese. But that land would have been good use for the monks, the local monastery. You just go up the mountain there, and the monastery could use, because they're vegans, right? So they can grow food themselves and support their theological activities. And why would a Catholic person be saying this? It's because I don't believe in that whole bullshit about the false church. And basically, if it makes you smarter, if it allows you to use your mind that the cosmos has given you to the best of the ability, and we have that wonderful gift of expanding our knowledges. No matter what condition we are in, we have the ability to expand. I call it the expanding of my personal empire. Hard work, and it grows. And don't never give up. There's a Blackfoot saying, "Igikimat," that means don't give up. So a lot of these students, they don't give up. They're hurt. I mean, they're going through all sorts of hell. Who knows? I mean, I went through all sorts of personal hell. My father, for example, these past decades, and now it's accumulating to one final shitfest of hell these past 3 years. But I somehow developed a thick skin to survive it. I don't know how, I don't know why, and I don't care why. I just want to graduate and get the fuck out of here. It's been fun. I'm grateful for Bow Valley for helping me grow and giving me these awesome opportunities that Mount Royal College never gave me. I essentially told Mount Royal College that letter too. I wrote them off in a letter saying, why the hell I want to vote? I'm in a different school system. I'm in Bow Valley College. I'm in a different circuit. Leave me the hell alone. I'm no longer affiliated with Mount Royal College. I'm no longer alumni. I am no longer anything to do with school where people treat me like I was a human piece of filth. And it turned me into the embittered person that I am now. Bow Valley did the opposite. Bow Valley opened me up. I still need a lot of opening up. Like we're talking Harry Kiri. Open my own guts up and spill all the bullshit out that the life has given me, and you're a zit. The Barney from Yarzut, or I forgot what you said. Yarzut or something like that, or and zing and blah blah blah. You can see these clips on YouTube. Type in Barney Stinson Harry Carey. So I'm hoping the ayahuasca can really hack me apart and sew me back together. That's what I want from her. That's what I need from her, so I don't have to rely on these narcotics. So I can actually do what addiction studies students are supposed to do: is get people off these substances. But my dad really fucked me over. My scouts have fucked me over. Everyone has fucked me over, and I do feel the love of the medicine wheel, where I'm supposed to love myself, love others, love my community, love myself first. Then somehow it trickles on to your family. I explained this all in the shower episodes. And the shower episodes, and yeah, I think. Oh shit! I'm deleting them, aren't I? Because I was talking smack about Martin. This is when we didn't like each other. Now we like each other. So we're all junior high-ish. Okay, we're coming to our 1 minute 30 mark, so this might not save onto my super hard drive there. So we'll just play by ear. So, anyways, that's the beginning of the end of the semester. The beginning of the end of this. The beginning of the end, because it's probably one of the last. This is probably one of the last semesters before I stink myself out of BBC. And why am I going all gung ho? Ho gung? You're saying this backwards. It's ho gung, not gung ho. Gung ho ho. Yes, see again. See where Chinese people speak double. Ho is good. So gung ho ho means work, good work, man. Very good work. Very good work. I don't know. Okay, so that's me. I'm feeling kind of fatigued right now. Had a really rough day. Getting all these materials, walking around in the snow out there, getting this booze. So that's how we study here in garbage land. I have to recycle all that. I sort through that's Christmas recycling. I sort through all my Christmas recycling and start the semester up again. I may vacuum this floor though. Yeah, I should vacuum the floor at least. Wipe the table. I didn't have time to wipe this whole table down, unfortunately. I usually do that before the semester starts. Wipe all the dust, wipe all the eraser shavings, wipe all the chip crumbs, and didn't get to that point. So, yeah.